JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, double murder in Racecourse, Clarendon. The police are probing a double murder in Racecourse, Clarendon. Akeem Murray, 27, and Kemar Ramathar, 29, were shot dead on Wednesday on the Asafield Main Road. About 2:45 p.m., Murray and Ramathar were standing along the road when they were shot by gunmen. JBN was informed that one of the deceased was reporting to the police on condition of bail in relation to a shooting. Police investigating death of US student whose body was found in tank. The police in Manchester are probing the circumstances surrounding the death of a University of the West Indies US student whose body was found in a water tank yesterday in Bent Close, Waltham. The community is located on the outskirts of Mandeville. The deceased has been identified as 22-year-old Andrew Campbell, a final-year US student and resident of Cedar Grove in Manchester. According to the Constabulary's Corporate Communications Unit, CCU, the police are investigating the incident as a suspected case of drowning pending the outcome of a post-mortem. Reports are that about 7 a.m., residents saw the body floating in the tank and alerted the police. Firefighters were also reportedly called to retrieve the body from the tank. Small businesses hoping for relaxed curfew at least on Christmas Eve. Small business operators are holding out hope curfew hours will be reduced at least on Grand Market night. Grand Market activities typically take place throughout Christmas Eve into Christmas morning. However, the current nightly curfew begins at 9 o'clock. Donovan Wignall, president of the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise Alliance, wants this moved to midnight on Christmas Eve. Relaxing the curfew hours wouldn't be a bad thing, specifically Grand Market, where the itinerant traders, ICS, etc., and even the stores, big commercial establishments, look forward to Grand Market night to make that extra buck. That particular night, I think they could extend the curfew probably after 12 o'clock, he suggested. Wignall noted that there was a 10% increase in commerce after the last 1 hour reduction in the curfew hours. He argued that more time for businesses would be especially beneficial for community establishments such as bars. Wignall said he sees no reason business hours cannot be extended if persons follow safety protocols such as mask wearing, observing physical distance, and not drinking to the point where you lose control and get careless. The government is expected to announce within the next 2 weeks whether it will be relaxing COVID-19 restrictions for the Christmas period. 4 implicated in car stealing ring remanded. 4 men said to be major players in an island-wide car stealing ring were remanded when their case was mentioned before the Clarendon Parish Court on Thursday. The bail hearing will continue on November 26. Kirkpatrick Constable, Javon Lynch, Llewellyn Constable, and Javon Constable were recently charged after the cops smashed the car stealing ring in Maypen. Superintendent Christopher Phillips, head of operations for the Clarendon Police, said more than 20 vehicles have been stolen in the area since May this year. Superintendent Phillips said some persons posing as vendors in Maypen are part of the car stealing ring. Stiffer penalties coming for breaches of COVID-19 restrictions. Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, says stiffer penalties are coming for persons who breach the coronavirus COVID-19 restrictions. He said that the Office of the Attorney General and the Ministries of Justice and the Local Government and Rural Development are collaborating to implement the new measures, which he said will be in place before the end of the year. We expect that we will see decisions on that soon. What it will do is enforce the health and safety measures so that we ensure that persons who breach the laws can be held accountable, the minister said, following a COVID-19 youth forum on Thursday. He said employing punitive measures is not the desired approach that the government wants to take, but is necessary in order to enforce the rules aimed at controlling the spread of the coronavirus and protecting the health and welfare of Jamaicans. Meanwhile, the ministry is imploring persons not to attend illegal parties during the upcoming festive season. What we want to avoid is to have a Christmas that is so merry that we have a New Year that is dire because of outbreaks and hospitalizations. We want to find ways to give thanks for the year, enjoy family and very close friends, and at the same time observe the protocols that is very important, Tufton said. Under the Disaster Risk Management Act, persons who refuse to follow the established orders and protocols, including curfews and stay-at-home orders, can be fined up to $1 million or 6 months imprisonment. Golden Springs terrible roads. The people of Golden Spring in St. Andrew West Rural have revealed that their countless complaints to have roads in the community fixed have not been acted upon in several years. Now they fear that with heavy rainfall having caused severe damage to main roads in the corporate area, their roads may never be fixed. Some said that they complained in person to Member of Parliament MP Juliet Cuthbert-Flynn, who shoved off their words of sorrow to Councillor for the Stony Hill Division of the Kingston and the St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, under which Golden Spring falls, Tasha Swap, who still has not acted. Cuthbert-Flynn and Swap were elected on Jamaica Labour Party tickets. The vast majority of us in this section of the community pay our property taxes, which is one of the factors that determine what roads are fixed, a woman who has lived in the community for over 30 years said. We're tired of being treated like hogs by these politicians. The MP washing her hands and saying that she's not responsible for the roads. Yet, she was the same one who was running up and down in the area a few weeks ago begging votes. And the councillor is like she no business and don't even realize that she too was elected by the people, the resident stated. Despite claiming negligence on the part of their elected representatives, some are hopeful that they will intervene and lead the process to fix the roads, which they said could deteriorate to unimagined levels if they are left in their current state for much longer. Golden Spring has for long been known as a community which has strong loyalty to the now opposition People's National Party, PNP, which is seen by one man in the community as a possible reason for the elected representatives ignoring their request to renovate the roads. Them have a saying that is pure PNP there Golden Spring, but I know so you go. You have PNP down here, but whole heap of labor live at all, and them must suffer too. The road them too bad man, them need to fix it, the middle-aged man said. 44 new COVID-19 cases, 1 death. Jamaica has recorded 1 additional COVID-19 related death and 44 new cases of the virus in the last 24 hours. This brings the country's death toll to 238 and the total number of confirmed cases in the island to 10,284. The death is that of a 63-year-old man from St. Elizabeth. Of the 44 newly recorded cases, there were 25 males and 19 females with ages ranging from 3 to 76 years. 13 of the cases were recorded in St. Anne, 10 in St. Catherine, and 8 in Kingston and St. Andrew. Hanover and Westmoreland both recorded 3 cases, while St. Mary and Manchester each recorded 2. Trelawney, St. James, and St. Elizabeth each recorded 1 new case. The country also recorded 24 recoveries, bringing the number of confirmed recoveries to 5,505. 887 students from 9 West Kingston schools get tablets. A total of 887 students from 9 primary schools in the West Kingston area have been provided with tablet computers as the government continues the distribution of devices under the Tablets in Schools program. During a ceremony at the Denham Town Primary School on Friday, 118 tablets were handed over for students at the institution, 150 for students of St. Andrew Primary, 140 for St. Aloysius Primary, 100 for St. George's Girls Primary, 100 for North Street Congregational, 100 for St. Anne's Primary, 80 for Central Branch All Age, 50 for St. Albion's Primary and Infant, and 21 for Shatola Mel Nathan Educational Center. The government, through eLearning Jamaica, began the distribution of 40,000 tablets to students on the Program for Advancement Through Health and Education PATH on October 2. The devices are targeted at pupils in grades 4 to 6. Minister of Education, Youth and Information, Favour Williams, in her address at the presentation ceremony, said the initiative aims to assist the most vulnerable students to access lessons online during the pandemic. She noted that other initiatives are being pursued to ensure that more students are provided with the tools necessary for learning. These include the purchase of 15,000 laptops for PATH students in grades 10 to 13, procurement of 16,000 tablets for PATH students in grades 7 to 9, the Own Your Own Device initiative, through which the government is assisting with the purchase of laptops or tablets for non-PATH students, and the One Laptop or Tablet per Child initiative, which is a partnership with the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, to equip students with the tools to access online education. Williams said that even when students return to the physical classrooms, they will still be using the devices to help with learning and research. She noted that efforts continue to equip schools with internet access while the government is working to improve the country's broadband infrastructure. There were 235 schools across Jamaica that had no internet connectivity, and we're equipping them with satellite technology. And I know that within the last couple of weeks, 40 schools that have gotten their internet connectivity. We have 60 more to go in terms of the 100 that we targeted, she shared. She added that discussions are underway with vendors for connectivity at the other schools. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember, subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.